Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one I'm going to be taking a look at a whole bunch of new cards that were revealed for the upcoming set Paradox Rift. Now we don't know for sure if Mewtwo and Skeledirge will make it into Paradox Rift. They'll probably be saved for like a promo box, or hopefully worst case scenario they're delayed to the set afterwards, which would be super unfortunate, but unfortunately it's just kind of like the way things go. But if these aren't in that set, just bear that in mind, but we'll see these hopefully as soon as possible. So what do they actually do? Well, Mewtwo EX is a 230 HP lightning type basic, so very tanky for a basic EX Pokemon. Has the Terra effect, of course, so it will be protected while on the bench. Has two attacks, Trans Charge and Photon Kinesis. The first attack here is okay, admittedly. It is pretty decent, especially if you're focusing mainly on the second attack, which does 10 damage and then 30 more for each Psychic Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So pretty efficient attack. 30 damage, of course, isn't quite the modifier that it used to be. But honestly, a pretty strong move when combined with stuff like Solar Rock and Lunatone, for example. There's also the Gardevoir that you could pair this with. There's even a new energy sticker item. You could even try this out with Gita going second or something. So there is definitely a lot of ways to get that energy into play. There's like Galarian Articuno, hopefully. I think that will be, yeah, that should still be in the format. Oh wait, no, maybe Evolving Skies does rotate. I'm kind of getting my sets mixed up here, but maybe Galarian Articuno, I should say, will survive another rotation. If it doesn't, that's a bit unfortunate, but still that could be a decent option as well to accelerate a bunch of energy. Honestly, this could be really cool. You could even give it like a Bravery Charm to get up to 280 HP, so looks like a pretty strong card, honestly. I don't know how competitive it will be. We'll definitely need some testing, but honestly looks like a pretty solid card overall. Next up, though, is we have a new Fuecoco line and a new Skeledirge EX. So 330 HP metal type, so very tanky. Not quite as tanky as the fire type Skeledirge, but still quite up there in terms of high HP. Has the ability Explosive Song that says once in your turn you may discard a fire energy card from your hand in order to use this ability. During this turn, your Pokemon's attacks do plus 60 damage. And then the attack, Rasta Burn, does 160 and it isn't affected by any effects. So honestly, really strong stats just looking at this overall. Like 160, of course, is nearly to it curing every Pokemon in the game. There's still stuff like Charizard, which has 330 HP. And of course, other Skeledirges and Tyranitar, if that ever gets really good. So it's not quite to it curing everything, but of course, if you just use one ability, then you will be. And if you get two Skeledirge in play and use this ability twice, you will be able to KO most V-Stars, well, all the relevant V-Stars, and a lot of EX Pokemon as well. So honestly, a super, super strong ability. It's very similar to, of course, Volcanion EX. That was a basic, so that was a bit easier to get going. But if you could get two of these into play, this is obviously a very strong effect to have. Thinking maybe Entei V could be a really solid partner for this. If not, maybe the Charizard EX, because you don't have to worry about accelerating energy. Charizard will take care of it and act as a secondary attacker. Honestly, just a very strong card overall, and I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up seeing a lot of success when it comes out. So yeah, honestly, for two independent decks that are releasing in Japan, these EXs are very competent. But we also have some main reveals from the set Raging Surf, which we do know will make up our Paradox Rift set. So we have a Bombardier EX, which has a pretty decent attack in the form of Fast Carry. If you go first, you can use this attack on your first turn, search your deck for 3 basic Pokemon, shove them onto the bench. It's a decent attack, to be honest, especially when we'll eventually lose Battle VIP Pass. But to be honest, you probably want to use Nest Balls most of the time, but still could be a decent attack, especially if you want to make use of Shadow Wind that does 130, and you may shuffle Bombardier back into your deck and all cards attached to it. So honestly, not the worst Pokemon in the world, definitely not the worst EX that we've seen, but could be pretty decent at some point. We then see a new Mantike. Now, fun fact, this Mantike is actually the first one, or the second one, to be released since the Diamond and Pearl era back in 2007. So it's been a long time coming that this Pokemon would actually get another card. Has the attack Fluffy Healing, it says, which is a bit strange that water Pokemon. But either way, heal 120 damage from one of your bench Pokemon, and because it's a baby Pokemon, this attack is free, and it also has free retreat. So honestly, a really nice Pokemon here. Obviously, 30 HP is really puny, so you have to weigh up the odds of healing 120. And of course, this Pokemon is likely going to give up a prize card, which is unfortunate. But still, a really decent effect to be healing 120. So if we ever get like bulky 3 prize Pokemon again, or maybe even bulky 2 prize Pokemon, like the upcoming Venusaur EX from 151, then maybe this could be worth it in some situations. Definitely in like a sort of control stall type deck, maybe. Honestly, pretty decent card overall. Nothing too crazy, but definitely worth picking one up when it comes out. Next up, we have Yveltal, which is just hot garbage. I'm not sure why they revealed Yveltal. You know, if these are the best cards they want to reveal, then it's a bit of a worry for the rest of the set. But yeah, Yveltal unfortunately won't be doing anything. And then the last card to take a look at today is Gorgeous Mantle. It says the Pokemon this card is attached to does not have a rule box, so you can't put this on EXV's Radiant Pokemon, which is also pretty big. It gets plus 100 HP, but when it is knocked out, it gives up one more prize. So you can basically turn high tanky, high HP like basics and stage 1, stage 2 single prize Pokemon into Pokemon EX technically. So if you think of something like the Tyranitar single prize that has 180 HP, you could give that another 100, so it goes up to 280. But you know, it's obviously giving up 2 prizes at that point. Honestly, a super cool tool card. You can kind of like make your own EX Pokemon with this. It's also like pretty strong in something like GLC because of course like the plus 100 HP could be a massive modifier in certain situations. You know, there's like the Wailord, for example, that has 220 HP, so you would effectively be giving it 330, which is like monstrous to think about. So honestly, I think this card is super cool, super interesting. I can't think of any immediate applications where this makes something broken in standard, but certainly I think this could definitely see play somewhere down the line. Honestly, it seems pretty decent, especially in alternate formats. So yeah, pretty cool and interesting card reveals. Let me know what you think of these guys down below. It's been Ember Power, and yeah, thank you for watching.